Good morning, friends. Today we are going to see the concept of IP addressing or Internet Protocol. Basically, IP addressing, as we know, it stands for Internet Protocol, which helps us to identify sources and destination. Using these IP addresses, source and destination can communicate with each other. Now, IP addressing is basically just like an postal system which will identify source and destination, and it will deliver the packets of information between source and destination or in bidirection. So basically this IP addressing is introduced in TCP/IP reference model. We know what is TCP/IP. We have studied TCP/IP and OSI reference models earlier. So the basic need of IP addressing is to have communication between two devices, two similar devices or two different sort of devices. These two devices needs to be communicate using similar language. They cannot speak with each other using different language. So this particular language of computer of communication is known as protocol. We know protocols. Different layers of OSI reference model and TCP/IP reference model uses different protocol suites. So what are different services of IP? So basically IP addressing is associated with unreliable connectionless services which uses best efforts. So what is unreliable? Unreliable means IP does not make an attempt to recover the lost packages. IP just useful in identifying source and destination. These cannot guarantee to recover the lost packages. It is connectionless service. So basically each package file transmitted from source towards the destination can be transmitted to different routes, but with various routes the source and destination can be identified with the help of IP addresses. Here each package is handled independently by the network. Best effort IP address does not make guarantee on the service, that is the quality of output and the delay between transmission of the different data types packages. So basically IP address also provides three different types of services. Here we have one-to-one service. One-to-one service means only one device is transmitting to any other device which is assigned as a destination. Broadcast service, one device will transmit with several different devices at a time. And finally multicasting, that is one device will assign or one device will transmit the signals or data for multiple devices. Now the different versions of IP. Basically IP addressing has a version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we know only version 4 and version 6. So basically IP version 1 and 2 were not assigned. Practically they were not in used anywhere. Instead of that we are using today IP4, which is TCP/IP based protocol, which uses 32-bit address and which is mostly used worldwide. IP5 is an internet stream protocol. It's an experimental protocol and it was never introduced to the public. And later on today, in current scenario, we are using IP6. So this particular protocol is designed to replace IP4 and which has the address length of 128 bits. So basically now we can compare IP4 and IP6 here itself with the help of number of bits used for the IP addressing. In IP4 we have 32 bits and in IP6 we are using 128 bits. So simply in 32-bit addressing system, less number of devices, clients or servers can be assigned compared to the IP6 version. Now what is IP address? So IP address, here we are speaking about IP4, is an 32-bit long address which is used for identifying the network devices. Now here it can be shown there are 4 bytes which will comprise this 32-bit address. All different bytes have a different numbers, like example is given here. So first byte here implements 128, second byte implements 143, third 137, fourth 144. So this particular sequence of digital numbers can lead to an IP address like this. So 128.123.137.144. So basically in this fashion an IP address can be formed. Generally in IP4 we have 5 different classes of IP: class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. So here all these classes are mentioned with their ranges, but let us have the detailed introduction to these classes as. So first we have class A IP address. So basically class A IP addresses are assigned to a network with very large number of hosts. So basically in this particular part, when we have number of hosts in very large number, then we are going to use class A. The higher order bits in a class A address is always set to 0. So this is higher order bit number 31. So we are starting from 0 to 31, so total 32 bits. So this particular bit is always 0. The next 7 bits, so whatever in first octal, 7 bits will remain. So these bits will give the idea of network ID, and remaining 24 bits will give us an host ID. So let me tell you what is network ID and host ID. Network ID is an ID which will gives us information of the present network where the devices are connected, and host ID means simply here the different hosts or different clients which are connected to the network. So here we can say there are few number of networks can be possible in class A, but whereas a large number of hosts can be possible in class A IP addressing system. Then we have class B IP addressing system. Here the difference is that in class A we are using first octal as an IP address for network ID, and remaining bits 24 bits we are going to use for host IP address. Here first 16 bits we are going to use for network ID and remaining 16 bits for IP address. So total 32 bits will be used. So as it is mentioned here, first higher 2 bits are always 1 and 0, that is bit number 31 is 1 and 30 is B0. Remaining 14 bits out of first 16 will comprise the network ID. So here we have the network ID. So basically all these 16 bits will be a network ID, but out of which these 2 bits will be fixed, whereas other bits will give us the idea about the network ID, and this remaining part will be an ID for your host. Okay, so remaining 16 bits will present the host ID. Then we have class C. Now basically we are speaking about class C, means we are speaking about the system of IP addressing currently we are using for a general purpose. So basically in our college also we are using this particular class C IP addressing system, or speaking about the general network utilized anywhere for any computer lab, we are mostly we are using class C IP addressing system. So what is class C IP addressing system? Class C IP addressing system are used for a small network. So our LAN is comparatively very small, so we are using this. Let me tell you, this particular IP addressing system is very simple. It does not have great complications for implementing the network. So here the 3 higher order bits of class C IP address, that is bit number 31, 30 and 29, are assigned with some predefined bits as 1, 1 and 0. So that is 31 is 0, 30 is 1 and 29 is 0. Sorry, 31 is 1, 30 is 1 and 29 is 0. So remaining 32 bits will be the network ID for class C, and last final 8 bits which will give me the idea of the host ID. So basically through this system we can have the implementation of class C IP address. So let us have example. We have 192.168.1.10. So out of this first 3 digits, it is 192.168.1 is a network ID, whereas 10 will be the host ID. Now what is class D and class E? So in class D IP addresses, this particular IP addressing system is reserved for multicasting IP addresses. So whenever we want to do multicasting of the signal of the data, we are using class D. Here the four higher order bits in the class D IP addresses, that is 31, 30, 29 and 28, are predefined as 1, 1, 1 and 0. The remaining bits are for the addresses that interested host recognition. So all other IP addresses, all other bits will give us the information of host. Now class E, it's an experimental address. It is reserved for the future use. So basically in class E, what we do, the first four higher bits, that is 31, 30, 13, 29 and 28, are predefined as 1111 and so on. We are going to use this IP addressing. Now generally the range of this IP addresses. So here class A, we have first network ID as 1.0.0.0 and last network ID will be 126.0.0.0. So basically here this 1 to 126, these much number of different networks we can use, whereas these three octals will give me the information of host. Similarly in class B, so from this 126, so here we have 128.0.0.0 to 129.255.0.0. So 128.0 and 191.255, so these are the network IDs and remaining will be the host IDs. In class C, we will speak about 129.0.0.0 to 223.225.225.0. So basically here these three octals will give me the information of network ID and only last octal will give me the information of host. If you see, there is a one IP address which is missing, that is 127.0.0.0. Now this IP address is universally accepted as a IP address of a machine, any machine. So this particular IP address will give loop IP address. So when you ping this IP address, you will find that your computer itself will respond to the IP address. So this is known as loopback function or loopback IP address, internal loopback IP address. Now what is features of IP4? So basically we are discussing IP4, so let us have features. It is connectionless protocol and best effort based. It is very simplified IP addressing system. It is simpler and easy to remember, and it requires less memory to store. Familiarities, so millions of devices are already known it and existing infrastructure already supporting it. So currently the devices which are manufactured, the systems which are manufactured are compatible to IP4. So some of the benefits we have, basically we speak in comparison with IP6, IP4 have less number of servers and host capabilities compared to IP6, but basically current internet services depends on this IP protocol version 4. So IP4 is widely supported. It is shorter and very sweeter. It supports almost all operating systems. So as it is universally acceptable, it works with Linux, it works with Windows, it works with iOS or any another user defined operating system. All commonly used protocols are also supported with the help of IP4. So what are shortcomings in IP addressing, IP4 IP addressing? So IP4 specification did not identify any security mechanism. So there is no specific security mechanism inbuilt within this IP4. Millions of class A addresses are wasted. So as we know, if we have total pool of IP addressing, so in that total pool, the majority part is covered with class A IP addresses. So out of which millions of class A IP addresses are getting wasted, so which are implemented but cannot be used. Similarly, we have class B IP address also. It almost covers 1/4 of the total IP addresses pool. Here also the number of IP addresses will be wasted. Not so many organizations are so small to have a class C block. Now, mostly used IP address system is class C. Mostly in every organization we are using class C, but it is also observed that some organizations are works in very large scale, have a very wide network, have a very great number of terminals to be connected using IP addressing system, and this class C IP addressing system founds optimal in this particular case. Now, class E and class D, these are completely reserved and used only for particular purposes, so we cannot use it. So these particular classes will not be useful for this public use. So these are some shortcomings, but there are still some devices, different devices which are compatible with this particular IP addresses. So these devices are PCs, servers, modems, different routers, printers. Even we have today smart printers which works with IP4 technology. Cameras also can be connected as a separate entity. Smartphones, so as everybody is using smartphones, and those smartphone also uses IP4 addressing system. Tablets, gaming systems, gaming consoles, like we have different gaming consoles of Sony, Microsoft. So these are nothing but particular computers designed for gaming purpose only. So these devices also supports IP4, and many other devices which uses internet. Now, why IP6? So as we have seen the shortcomings of IP4, so as IP4 have different shortcomings, and most common shortcoming is nothing but in certain cases it founds very optimum to implement number of different clients, different hosts in the network. So we use IP6. As we know, IP6 uses 128 different bits for implementing the addresses. So it will be very easier to implement multiple different devices. IP version 6 provides a platform on new internet functionality that will be needed in an immediate future, and will provide flexibility for the future growth and expansion of the network. So IP6 will provide flexibility and expansion. Currently everybody is speaking about flexibility and expansion of the technology. So benefits of IP6 we have: IP6 will provide larger address space. As we know, it have larger number of bits, so it will provide larger address space. Extensibility, so network can be extended with the help of IP6. Better support and quality of service, so quality of service also can be improved with the help of IP6. Efficient and hierarchical addressing and routing infrastructure, so this also can be possible with the help of IP6. It has built-in security and new header formats which will increase more quality of identifying sources and destinations within this network. Now, IP based services, IP based technologies we also should know. So there are many different IP based services are introduced already in the world, like internet. We are using it. Internet is most common use of IP addressing system. Then VoIP, that is voice over IP. IPTV, IP VPN, that is virtual private network based on IP. So basically this is a service can be implemented over internet, or created a virtual network, separate virtual network which will be isolated from the other networks, which will have secure mode of communication. Then wireless mobile technology, so whatever the internet we are using with the help of our mobiles, so in that particular system also we are using IP. Internet broadcasting, we know there are many online radios currently working on internet, so these are nothing but the broadcasting services, so that can be possible. Multi-homing, so these are different IP based technologies that can be used. Okay, so today we have studied what is IP address, and we have spoken about the IP address. So I think you should understood this. You are getting the correct idea of IP addresses. So if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. I will answer your all doubts. Thank you.